Okay, y'all, good morning. So, y'all, it's like it's barely morning. Like the morning is it's like, it's a groggy morning, like it's drizzling and stuff outside. So yeah, don't mind me, don't mind my aesthetic. I'm just trying to match the vibes of outside, like it's raining. It's raining outside right now. I'm trying to show y'all. I don't know how to flip. Do I just double tap? Nope. How do I know there's gotta be a way to flip this camera. Is that it? No. No, okay, I can't. I'm gonna just show y'all. It's raining outside, so yeah. Um, yeah, so I was just watching a vlog about a vacation vlog, and I told you I was just telling you about how me and one of my friends used to go on a bunch of these like little vacations. And so I I realized like just now, like watching the vlogs, like watching these people go on vacation. I realize now, I know I said in probably one of my videos that I didn't used to watch vacation vlogs, and people probably felt as though I was throwing shade, but I wasn't throwing shade. I'm just saying vacation vlogs, like I used to watch and y'all probably are not even familiar with this term, but I used to watch what they call the OG YouTubers. So like the vacation vlogs just threw me off, and like they inspired me to go on my own vacations. So I would like I seen the vlogs, but I'm not gonna say I watched them as heavy as I watched like the people who have been posting for years. By the time the vacation vlogs came out, like by that time, the whole platform I was just kind of like chill about it, like I was lax about it. Like I wasn't even I wasn't even like I wasn't as into it anymore. Like I stopped watching YouTube heavy in general. So it's like it's nothing to do with the vacation vlogs. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I seen them, but like I probably watched, like once I saw one, I felt as though I saw all of them, unless y'all was going to a different place. Like if y'all all going to Beverly Hills, I'm only gonna watch probably 1 or 2 Beverly Hills vlogs. Well, that was actually me at first. Actually, later on, when I would be like trying to figure out, when I was trying to figure out where I wanted to go, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, now I'm about to tell the story. When I was trying to figure out where to go, I would like watch like every single vlog there was known to man about each vacation spot that I was considering going. So yeah, I did watch the vlogs, but I guess I don't know. I feel like it's different because I was like, wow, I wasn't like watching them to actually watch the people them. I was watching it to like figure out which spot was better. So I don't want to claim that I was watching something when I was really only being like selfish and like paying attention to myself when I was watching it. So yeah. I yeah, so I like yeah, so I was watching one of those vlogs again because it was one of the places that I actually did go to vacation. And I was remembering, just like I was thinking about my vacation in comparison to their vacation, and already that's a conversation that's gonna get me into trouble. That's why I'm here on TikTok live talking to the girlies so that the girlies can get me together. So yeah, I that vacation was, and I'm gonna say this, and everyone who like knew me around the time when I took that trip, they're gonna like look at me like, what, Lola, you never said that. That vacation, and see, I say that and like people are not gonna remember that I said that, but like I said, back then when I took this trip, I never said this out loud. Like I never said this to anybody, you know what I'm saying? What I did tell people was, when people asked me would I go again, I told them no, I would not go back there again. And then they would ask me why, and I would just tell them like, oh, like the island is small, so like I feel as though I experienced everything I needed to for me to not have to go back. Because if I go back, then I don't know, I feel like that's almost like gentrification, and gentrification abroad, that's literally just colonization. And no estoy un hombre de España or Mexico or ninguna lugar como esto. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not, like, it's not the same, Poppy. It's not the same. So yeah, that was actually the main, because I was back then when I was like, still like on my whole like Rosa Parks vibes. So I was like, yeah, like I'm not a colonizer. I'm a tourist. I'm not a colonizer. Get it clear, y'all. Y'all trying to tell me to go back to the same place. Like I get it. I get it. Y'all being sarcastic. Like the whole time they was talking about something different. They was still being sarcastic, but they was talking about something different. But me, I thought I was smart, so I was like, yeah, like I ain't no colonizer. I'm not going back to the same place twice. Like blah 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 da 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 da. And yeah. Anyway, so then I was watching their vlogs, and I'm remembering now how lit I got during that vlog. Like that was the vlog. I mean, during that vacation, that was the vacation that I was having so much fun that I actually didn't vlog. I went on that vacation planning to vlog everything. And actually, here's the tea. I went on that vacation planning to vlog everything. Whole time my friend, this was one of the first vacations that my friend and I took together. So honestly, y'all, I know I be coming on here like I be chatting shit, bro, and y'all be taking me serious. I just be chatting shit, yeah. And like I'm not gonna call it that because not everybody is comfortable with that phrase, because not everybody, you know, likes to let me land when I be using the British slang and thing there, because the British slang is very different, yeah. It's very different. It's very, yeah. So yeah, I was just chatting, yeah. I was, it's not every day if I go talk, they're gonna say I did talk. So yeah, I know I be coming here chatting like, goofing about my friends and stuff, but yeah. This is more serious because when I tell stories about but the stories I tell when I get to like really like chat shit and talk about how me and my friends fight, people fight. Like fighting is a passionate thing. People only fight when they know each other and they have stakes in a relationship. So when I'm talking about like, later in a relationship, when me and my friends were like comfortable with each other or like just meeting each other, it's gonna be very much tea, very much gossip, because that's what's had. But this is like one of our first encounters. So there's, we're still trying to figure out what each other can handle, right? So yeah, this is one of the first vacations I'm taking with the girl. Come to find out, after, our first initial like little like, because we both like to chat. Yeah, we both like to chat a little shit. I can't even say it. Like we both like to, push the limits a little bit. You could call us Corbin Blue, okay? You go call us both Corbin Blue. I don't care. Like jump in, jump out. We was doing that. And speaking of that, and that's what we realized. That's at some point we did realize that's why we was fighting, because we was both fucking double dutching for our lives. You know what I'm saying? We was both in the game for real, like the way they be in the double dutch. And yeah, and so we realized, oh, haha, like, oh, you like to push it to the limits. How about we take flights together? Because that's the best limit we can both push, and then we can really settle this once and for all. And so one of the first vacations I took with a girl, we was both nervous about each other. Like we didn't know each other that well. And I know y'all are like, oh, like, so you're gonna go on vacation with some girl that you barely even know. Okay, we went to the same school. Like we had the same like ties. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if something happens, it's gonna come back to both of us, because we both like, we literally like, we've been seen together multiple times. We had mutual friends to begin with. So the whole reason why we started talking to each other, because our mutual friends were like, y'all can't like y'all can't both, we can't, you know what I'm saying? We can't both be friends with y'all if y'all don't even like be, participating for real. So yeah, that's where I was at there. And so that's what I'm saying. We jump in, jump out. Once we heard that, we were like, okay, so what are we gonna do together? And ourselves, we decided to go on vacation together, because we were like, okay, we'll establish a repertoire with each other, but we're gonna do it. I'm gonna talk on about, you know what I'm saying? We're going to do it abroad. So we both said, all right, jump in, jump out. You trying to take a flight? Like it's spring break. Where are we trying to go? Like she wasn't trying to go with her friends because I forgot, because her friends were doing something. I wasn't trying to go with my friends because they were mad at me because last year I went with my friends from high school for spring break, and so they had already like, they was on some tradition that I wasn't a part of. So what you trying to ask about my toesies? My toesies? Yeah. So basically we were we were low key kind of stuck with each other that spring break. So That's another thing too. So then we decided to, you know, go on vacation together. And yeah, so we go on vacation together. Blah, 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 blah. We decided to go to a small intimate island because, like I said, we were getting to know each other, and we both felt as though getting to know ourselves was a big deal. Okay, we were like, I'm finding myself, you're finding yourself. It is a high stakes situation, so let's, you know what I'm saying, like on some like grown type stuff. We were like, let's settle this over dinner in Dubai, so to speak. So we went to this small island. And yeah. So I'm like looking at this vlog that's reminding me of the island that we went to together, and I'm like really recognizing like how like ooh hold on, y'all. I'm really like recognizing how much my friend and I got to know each other during that vacation. Like I'm realizing like how different it is to go on vacation with people you know versus, you know, when you're just like as an introduction. Okay, like to us twice.
Hello.
How's it going? Is it the morning? Okay. Yeah, so I don't know where he went. But yeah. So yeah. So then we decided like that's what we were gonna do. We decided like since, you know, it was like, you know, it was going to be like an introduction, you know, for everybody. So yeah. So we were getting on the flight together. We were just getting to know each other, you know. And I brought my cousin with me too, just to be safe too, because I was like, you're right. I was like, y'all are right. I don't know her that well. And, you know, me and my cousin actually had been at odds back then too. So I was like, yeah, like, you know, trying to like set an olive branch. I was like, yeah, like, oh, I'm going to this island for vacation. We don't have many girls on our trip either. Like, you know, we were like, oh, your friends aren't trying to like, you know, spring break like you either. Yeah, you can come with us. Don't worry. And like as we were saying this, we both were realizing how like we were, you know what I'm saying? We both like, yeah, don't worry. Like we're gonna be lit no matter what these other people are doing. We're gonna be lit. Like other people want to do like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, then my cousin actually came with us. So, ooh. Yeah, I be sitting in this position and it's like I can't sit here for long. But yeah, so that's what happened. And I'm telling y'all what happened. Like the very first, you know, we were all getting to know each other. So like my friend, I would say out of the three of us, technically, and that's what I'm saying, we were all so much alike. Like I can't even really describe the story without y'all really getting mixed up for real, because we all like our personality traits overlapped. So like, you know, my friend, she was like, she was the most proactive out of all of us for sure. So she was like, you know, always like, yeah, I don't know what you guys like to do when you first land. Like, and she was already talking about this like when we were like just getting to the airport. She was like, yeah, I don't know what you guys like to do when you first land, but like as soon as we land, I want to like put my stuff down, and I wanted to take like maybe 5 minutes, and then I want to explore the island. Like she was like, I really want to, like, we're only there for like barely even a week, so I really want to explore the whole island. And she's like it's a small island. What did she say? She was like, honestly guys, it's a small island and I see no reason for us to not know the whole island by heart at the end of our vacation, even though it is less than a week. And I agree with her. I was like, yeah, like exactly. Like I agree. Like, yeah, I'm on the same type of time. Like, I don't know if you were like, you know, if it was like something like personal to you, or if you wanted like, or if you wanted company, like, you know, she was like, no, we're all on this trip together. So of course, if I go somewhere, I'm gonna take my girls with me, like, duh. And so, yeah, we like established that on the flight. Yeah. And so, yeah, we established that on the flight. And so she was like, so we get there, we get on the flight, we get to the hotel, everything checks out, everything goes like perfectly, like no problems anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was seeming right. Like we were like, okay, maybe. And like she joked, she was like, yeah, y'all, maybe this vacation is meant to be. Cause you don't understand, all three of us were low key, like we all were having like a little bit of a tiff with between our friends. And, you know, everyone was like, I think it's time that you and Nix get to know each other. Like Nix, that was the girl from my school. Everyone was like, I think it's time you and Nix get to know each other. Like y'all can't avoid each other this whole time. Like it would be like, I'm sorry, I'm rewinding a little bit, but like it would be like they what did they used to be like, they're like, I feel like we're fighting for custody, like dealing with y'all too. Because it would be like, they would be like, oh, I'm going to dinner with Nix. And then I'd be like, okay, y'all, I'll just hang back in my room. And they would always be like, Lola, why don't you show up? And I'd be like, no, I have something to do. Like, I actually have an assignment that's due. Like, I can't hang out with y'all. Like, I'll catch up with y'all later. And then, like, later they were like, okay. And, like, it came to the point where, like, every time we would hang out, they would be like, I would say something or do something. They would be like, oh, like, haha, I remember Nix told us the same thing. Yeah, and they were like, yeah, I remember Nix told us the same thing. Like, I feel like y'all would get along. So, like, yeah, it was like spring break. They were like, you know what? Because we were already like fighting over where to go, and they were like, you know what? I bet Pearl, because that was her nickname by the end. By that time, they're like, yeah, I bet Pearl will go on vacation with you. I bet you and Pearl will both have the perfect spring break together. You know what I'm saying? It was like that. And so, yeah. So then, yeah, that's how we ended up on the trip together. So like we were all, and then like my cousin was like, yeah, like my friends were all trying to go to Miami, and she was like, I don't want to go to Miami. And so, yeah. So that's how we all ended up on the trip together. So then, like I said, we decided as soon as we got there, we were gonna just drop our stuffs, like maybe freshen up a bit, and then go explore the island. And so that's what we did. So then I took my phone out, and I was like, and I started vlogging. And then that's when Pearl started acting all weird, and Pearl was like, Pearl not my friend from school, because like her nickname was like Pearl now. Pearl was like, she was like, oh, who are you taking videos for? And I was like, oh, like, it's just my Snapchat. Like, I think it was just Snapchat time. I was like, yeah, it's just like my Snapchat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I'm going to post for like on my friends and stuff. And she was like, oh. And I was like, what? Do you not want to be my videos? Like, I'll just take the videos by myself. Like, that's cool. And she was like, well, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say I don't want to be in the videos. Like, if you're taking videos, I'll be in the videos. I just, you know, I just want to know who's going to see it. And I was like, yeah, like, you know, like I like to like, you know, log my memories, you know, so I like everything I do, like when I get a chance, when I get a moment, I like to take it in and like post it on Snap. And she's still acting weird, and she's like, all right, I guess, but like make sure you get my good side. And I'm like, okay, sis. And then I think I said something smart, like I was like, don't worry, I'm not trying to like show my friend, I'm not trying to have my Snap looking crazy, so like why would I get your bad side? And then she just looked at me like I was dumb, and then she just like rolled her eyes. So then we're like getting in the hotel, getting our stuff ready, and I'm like, you know, taking my phone out to vlog, like, you know, like the amenities, like we just got there and I'm vlogging the amenities, and she starts acting like shady. All right, y'all, and these are gonna be like sensitive topics, so like just warning, like if y'all don't want to hear these things, like please, like, you know, right now I'm speaking from the I perspective, and this is just what I personally experienced. I'm not really like putting words in her mouth, because again, like this is what I experienced. If you talk to her like and she tells you something different, then that's her experience. So yeah, so she's like, don't you think that's a big ghetto? And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, I don't know, like don't you just think it's a big ghetto to like just like be putting your living quarters like all over the internet like that? I was like, no. She was like, I was like, no, all of my close friends are on Snap. Like we're all going to talk about what we did for spring break anyway when we get back. And she was like, okay, yes, and then talk about it when you get back. And that's when I was like, okay. And then she was like, honestly, I don't feel safe if you vlog where we stay, because what if you don't, it's the internet, you don't have control over everything. And then I was like, oh, okay, so I'll make sure to not vlog too much of where we were staying. So then I took out my phone again, because like everybody was still getting ready. I felt as though I was like ready. I think I was like the first one to freshen up. And so I think I was like waiting, you know what I'm saying? Or I think it was like either I was the first one to freshen up and I forgot something, or I was waiting on someone else or someone, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. And so like I started like taking videos of myself. And my friend's like, okay, well now don't just take videos of yourself in a hotel. Like, don't you think people are gonna look at you some type of way if they think you're staying on spring break alone? Again, that's not safe, Lola. And I looked at her and I was like, again, I'm posting on my Snap. It's people who already know me. And she's like, okay, I want to get to know your friends too now. Like her whole mood changed for some reason. And she was like, oh, I want to get to know your friends too. And then so I was like, okay, I started putting her in the Snap.
The arms adjustable.
Hey. You ready? You ready, Freddie?
And you know, I was like, I warned her beforehand. I was like, I listen to music. Like I post all my snaps to music. Like that's my thing. Like my social media is my playlist. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, yeah, no, that's cool. So I get on there and I'm like, you know, kind of not paying attention, and I'm like vibing to the song. And I noticed that she's being kind of like,
bitch, bitch, I'm a boss ass bitch, bitch, I'm a boss ass. I employ these niggas. They be calling.
Like she's like, I'm like vibing to the song, and she's like rolling her eyes. And then I'm like, okay, I guess she doesn't like the song. So I'm like trying to like sneak like vlog, like be like, you know, fast, like vlog myself and then vlog like the view. So she's like, she starts noticing that, and then she starts getting like slick, and she starts like, if I turn the camera around, then she'll like pop up, turn around, and like hop in the view. Because I guess it's because she felt some type of way, like she felt like it would be unsafe. But I'm just like, again, I'm vlogging the view, I'm not vlogging where we're staying. And by this time she didn't know it was a vlog. But then once she said that, I decided I wasn't gonna vlog. I was just gonna post on my Snap, because yeah, clearly this girl is not down for the town. She don't want the whole world to know about our vacation. So at this point, I'm just posting for Snap. And then, you know, she's like, obviously still being shaky. She's like, hey, aren't you tired of your Snap now? I'm like, let's go. And I'm like, my cousin's still getting ready. She's like, oh yeah, I forgot about her. I totally forgot about her. And I thought that was kind of rude too. And so yeah, I'm just like, okay, at this point I get a little attitude. And she was like, don't get grumpy. We haven't explored the island yet. And then she just starts like smiling. And I'm like, all right, whatever. My cousin comes out grumpy because like, you know, they were like, yeah, they mixed something up in my luggage. Like, you know, like she's having like real like travel issues, like everybody experiences them. And she's like, yeah, I don't know, like something's mixed up in my luggage. I don't know if I want to go with y'all. I think I'm gonna just hang back in the hotel. And then I'm like, okay, well, because it's my cousin, I'm like, okay, well, I'll stay with you. Like, if you want me to stay with you, I'll stay with you, because, you know, I don't know if it's safe for you to be here by yourself. And then that's when Pearl looks at me, like, rolls her eyes, because she was just saying that the whole time. And I, like, roll my eyes, because I'm like, it's a different situation. And then she's like, my cousin's like, no, like, it's fine. You two have been talking about this literally since the airport, so I'm not trying to ruin the plans that you've been making literally since the airport. Good morning, I'm talking about spring break. She's like, I'm not trying to ruin the plans that you've been literally talking about since the airport. So I'm gonna just stay back and I'm gonna just let y'all go. And then she gets an attitude. Like, she really gets an attitude. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm trying to explore the island now because I want to explore the island and just like have good vibes instead of like all this. I don't know what was going on between us. And so yeah, so then we start exploring the island. We start walking around, and then her and I start realizing, like, we have similar tastes. And she's like, we both like, we both like beef patties and stuff like that. We start talking about that. We start getting to know each other. And like, that's what we're talking, because we were like, both realized like, yeah, we don't really talk that much in school. So like, let's, get to know more about each other. And so, yeah, so we start talking. We're walking around the island talking, like chit-chatting. Tell me why. And I know. I forgot what happened. I forgot what they said. Come to find out, we're like walking to the shop. We're like walking, trying to explore, trying to get to know the place. We're trying to like orient ourselves, because we're looking at the map. Like, we're talking, like looking at the map, trying to figure out, okay, which way is which, where's the nearest like bathroom, what is transportation looking like, how are we going to get around. We're like, what do you want to see? Do you want to like, go by the water? Do you want to go to the restaurant? Like, oh, like your cousin seemed like she was having like issues, like ask her if she wants anything from the like convenience store, because like obviously we're like, like settling down. We're walking to the convenience store, which, because it's a different country, it's a gas station. So yeah, we're walking, like, like talking, and then we see some guys looking at us, and then like we start joking to each other, like, oh, haha, we probably look like crazy tourists already. Like, we've only been here 2 hours and they're already looking at us funny, because like by then we were actually like getting along. And so we walk out of the gas station, and we're like walking, and then we're about to cross the street, and then a car literally pulls up and like blocks our path from us trying to get back to where we're going. But we don't want to tell them where we're going, because like we both were like, that's not safe. So then we just both stop at the same time. And the guy's like, yo, guys, slow down. Like, I'm trying to imitate the accent, but I can't imitate the accent. It's hard. It's really hard. He's like, guys, slow down. You walk so fast. You're walking so fast. Why are you walking so fast? Like, da-da-da-da-da. She's like, you walking so fast. Why are you walking so fast? And we're like, oh, like, we have to get back to our friend. Our friend's waiting for us in our room. And then we both look at each other, because we're like, we probably shouldn't have said that either. And he's like, your friend can't wait. Your friend can't wait. Like, your friend, and he said something. He said like the most cocky thing ever. He said like, I bet you your friend will be happy because it's me. He's like, you don't know me. He's like, you I forgot how he said it, and he said it in such a Bayesian. He's like, you don't know me. I'm the happy man. Your cousin, because it's me, just know your cousin will be happy. Everybody gonna be happy just because I'm me. And that's what he said. And then we both got taken. We both were like, what? We were like, what does that even mean? He was like, yeah, come find out. You want to take a ride in my car? Like, I'm the happy man. He was like, I bet you just from the conversation alone, you go feel happy. I'm the happy man. Like, I bet you. And we're both like, no, thanks. Like, we can walk. He's like, guys. And then he looks at me. He's like, sister, the island, everybody black. You're my sister. You can't say no. I'm your brother. You're my sister. Would you tell? He was like, do you have siblings? And then I hesitate. I'm like, yeah. He's like, would you tell your brother? No. I'm the happy man. Get in the car. I can't let you leave side. Everyone knows, please. Everybody knows me on the island. I'm the happy man. If you walk away from this car side, everybody gonna change their opinion of me. I'm like, okay. And then we both look at each other like, and then my friend's like, dude, let's just get in the car. Like, it's not even fine. And he's like, okay, so where you gonna stand? Like, let me drop you off. If you don't know him by now, I run the island. I'm the happy man on the island. You see everybody on the island happy? I'm the happy man. I run the island. He said some joke like that. And then we're like rolling our eyes. And he's like, you guys didn't even buy the right things. And then he drives us back to the store, which kind of low-key made us feel safe, but I feel like low-key looking back it shouldn't have. He drives us back to the store and he gets us like some like special, not special drinks, but like, you know how like when you're on vacation as a tourist, like you see like a lot of the like American items, and then you see like the like home country items. So he's like, yeah, let me tell you how to shop like a real island girl. And he like buys items for us. And then he's like, all right, now let's get back in the car. I told you I'm the happy man. Don't you feel happy now? You have more stuff now. Don't you feel happy? I kind of like making fun of us for being American. And then my friend goes, she's like, well, I'm Indian. In India, we are minimalists. And I just start laughing. And then, so then he drives us back to our place. And then we both get in the car, and then we're like, oh, haha, like, you know, obviously like the fake cheese, like, oh, thank you, guy, like, you know, we owe you. And then we just start laughing, and then he drives off. He's like, the island real small. I'm the happy man. If you're happy, you're gonna see me. If you're not happy, you're not gonna see me. And then we both like are like, okay. And then we like turn around and we like start like rolling our eyes kind of because we're like mad, like because now some random guy knows where we're staying. And so yeah, so then we come back and he's like, we exchange numbers because we're using like international phones. Like it's not like a real number. So I guess we felt comfortable doing that, but like not really, because we both like, after we did that, we both realized we're like, oh, people can trace stuff. Low-key, my friend Pearl and I were both paranoid. That's one of the traits that we had that overlapped the mostest. We were both paranoid, and we were both like, dude, what if he traces our numbers or something? We're like, you know, but then every time we would get paranoid, we'd be like, we're on vacation, we'll worry about it when we get back. And then we would just laugh and like brush it off, but like it would still be on the back of our minds. And so yeah, he's like, yeah, I'll take you for your boat ride later. You want to go on a boat ride? You want to go on a boat ride? Yeah. You want to see the water? You can't see the water without me, you know? And now he started getting a little like forceful. He's like, you know, you can't see the water without me. I can't. Two girls like you're going to drown. You can't see the water without me. So yeah, now we're both like, we go back to the room. We're like, how are we gonna go see the like go for a swim? Like, you know what I'm saying? If this man is like literally out here looking for us already. And then my friend gets back and she like rolls her eyes. She's like, literally, you guys leave as soon as we get here. You leave for like not even an hour and you already come back with some drama. And we were like, it wasn't drama. And then we both start laughing. And we were like, it wasn't drama. And then my smart ass goes, he's the happy man. There's no drama. And then like Pearl starts laughing. She's like, yeah, right, exactly. Like, it's not drama. Like, she's like, dude, we just went to the gas station. And then yeah, and then ooh, let me stop. Then yeah, so where we were staying, it was right next to the water. Oh, and that's another thing he told us before he left. He was like, where you're staying, that's not the water, that's the sand. If you want to see the water, the real water, you gotta go through me. The sand's not gonna make you happy. You ever seen it? This is like, I'm getting more into this type of thing to say. He's like, the sand not gonna make you happy. You gotta go see the water, right? You're staying on the sand. If you go to the sand, you're gonna be dry. You don't want your vacation to be dry. That's what you say in America, right? Like, you don't want your vacation to be dry. Come with me, I'm the happy man. Let's go to the water. And then me and my friend, like, you know, so then we're in the hotel, and then like we're like obviously like kind of still laughing to ourselves about the inside jokes. And then my cousin gets annoyed. She's like, what's so funny? And then we start like kind of like telling her what we remember or recall at the time, because we were both still shaken up by the situation, because like I said, we were both paranoid, and like to us already the worst case scenario had already happened. And you know, we didn't want to freak our cousin out about it, so like that's why we were trying to be chill about it, because we didn't want her to worry or like feel some type of way for like staying back in the room. So like we're like, oh, and then we like kind of ignore his advice. We're like, we both look out the window. We were like, my Pearl is like, does that look like water to you? And I'm like, yeah, looks like water to me. And I'm like surprised she said that, because that's literally exactly what I was thinking. And she's like, does that look like water to you? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, so let's go. Like, don't let that guy ruin your plans. So we go, like, taking pictures on the beach. We start taking pictures of each other. My cousin is more into pictures than I'm into pictures. So then we really start, like, flicking it up at the beach. Then, like, nighttime falls, and we go to, because we're, like, literally, like, walking distance from, like, the strip. I don't know what they call it. They might call it, like, the Gaza Strip or something like that. I don't know what they call it for real. But they told us what it was. They told us it was the strip. So we go there. Already we were like kind of like laughing to ourselves, like, we were like, it was the first night we were like, let's just go to a restaurant because I don't really like the name of this area. And like, so we were like going to the restaurant, but like also trying to find like places that we could Uber to that we didn't have to walk to. And then we also decided, like, oh, this place is too close to our hotel. Like, we can't go out here and then walk back home because what if someone follows us? So we were just like, oh, we haven't eaten all day. It's getting late. Let's go to the strip to eat. We go to a restaurant. Our waiter starts like flirting with us, right? And he's like a young guy. He starts flirting with us. And then, like, we start playing around with the guy. We're like, oh, where's the most fun places? Like, we're tourists. Where should we go? And, he gives us a list of places. And we're like, cool, like, get along with the guy, start flirting. Again, my cousin is annoyed. She's like, dude, it's still the same day. How many guys are you going to flirt with? And then we both, like, look at each other because we're like, first of all, because we both know, like, first of all, the guy literally couldn't stop us. And then second of all, we were like, how else are we going to know where to go if we don't ask people? And we didn't just ask our waiter. Like, we were asking everybody because our waiter was a guy. But, like, we had already been asking everybody. We knew, again, like, since the airport, we have been asking people, like, oh, where are the best places to go? Especially, like I said, Pearl, because she's proactive. She would be asking, like, like, even like the flight attendant, she was like, oh, have you been here? Are you from, the island? Like, do you know where we should go? So, like, we have been doing this from time. So, like, we both were a little, like, taken aback that my cousin was taken aback. So, yeah, first night, we go to the restaurant, eat. It's a good night. Da-da-da. But the guy told us, he was like, this strip is the party place. So if you want to eat, the good food is not here. It's over there. And he's like, and there's clubs and stuff too over there where the food are. But he was like, most of the clubs are right here. Most of the restaurants are over there. He's like, you ladies are wrong. You ladies should, I forgot, he tried to make a joke. And I forgot what he said, but it was funny. He was like, next time you ladies need to eat their party here. Why you come here? Why you come to the party to eat? Who comes to the party to eat? Now we both just kind of roll our eyes and we're like, well, shit, we kind of messed up. We can't. we're gonna have to like figure out a way. I guess we're gonna have to Uber, even though it's like, because we were both also trying to be like eco-friendly, all those things. We were like, yes, we're gonna have to Uber because we both decided like I'm definitely not walking home. And the guy told us there was like the buses that we could take that would take us right back to the hotel. And we were like, no, let's just start off with like checking out how Uber is here. So then, we decided to take the Uber. Next day, we go out, starting to explore. We're having a good time. I think we run into Mr. Happy Man again. But like, he's like, I'm busy right now, guys. And he jokes, he's again. And like the way he talks, like he was always the center. And that's the moment we both realized he was the center of attention because we were like in like, I think he was like yelling at us like from across the road, like literally like everybody on the whole entire street was looking at him. Like we weren't. I don't even think we were on the strip anymore. So it was like literally like the whole plaza was looking at him. He was like, I'm busy. You see, I'm the happy man. I'm busy. I'm making people happy. You see, I'm the happy man. I'm busy. I'll see you guys later. I'm busy. And like, we both now, Pearl and I got shit because he just low-key put us on blast, acting like he knew us. And so now we can't like, this is half the island. We can't act like we don't know the man. So now we just kind of got to smile and laugh. And we're like, oh, haha, yeah, see you around. And then that's when we were with my cousin. And he was like, and, And he was like, yeah, he was like, I see you with your friend too. You're busy too. Like, he's like, we're both busy. Ha ha ha. Get that? Ha ha. Funny, funny. And yeah, so like, we go about our day. We start looking for souvenirs, exploring the island, exploring the food, exploring the restaurants that they're saying. We get to the restaurant. We get to the restaurant, the number one restaurant. And I remember this restaurant because it was in the vlog that I was talking about at the beginning. And we're like getting it, and it's like the best food. By now, this is nighttime, and we still hadn't heard from the guy. And my cousin's there too. And then we're going to order. We all order, and I think they had questions about the menu or something. Nobody wanted to ask. Like I said, my friend, she wasn't black, and the guy had she was like joking with us. She was like, oh, Mr. Happy Man didn't make me happy. Like, she was like, yeah, she was like, yeah. So one of you two need to go ask this question for me, because y'all like clearly like Mr. Happy Man told me himself like da-da-da. But this is like actually like partially a joke, but partially not a joke. I don't know how to describe it, but like she was mad, but not really mad, but mad. And so I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go ask. I go to the kitchen. I look lost and confused, and I'm like trying to ask the lady about the food, and the lady's like, I can't answer for you. Let me get the chef. The chef gonna want to talk to you. The chef really gonna want to talk to you. I'll get the chef. I can't answer your question. And it wasn't a question for me too, so then I felt like a little bit like, I mean, I knew the question was kind of like weird, like, and I think that's the whole point. Like people like they both were the type who had asked the question before, so they had probably gotten like shaded before, and they didn't want to go through it again. So then they sent me to go ask the question. And then the lady's like, yeah, the chef will know. I don't know. The chef will know. And then the chef, he comes out and he looks at me. And he's like, don't ask no question. I go cook for you and you're going to eat it. Okay. He's like, what did you order? And I told him my order. He was like, no. Let me tell you what you got to eat. He's like, I'm the chef. I know my food better than anybody. I'm the chef. I'll go tell you what to eat. And he's like, are those your friends over there? Or he's like, where are your friends? Are those your friends over there? Where are your friends? Point me to your friends. And I was like, yeah. He was like, what did you all order? And he was like, no. And he kept saying for like a hot second, he was like, no, I the chef. I tell you what you go eat. This is what you go eat. And he was like kind of aggressive. He was like kind of aggressive, but like kind of like laughing at himself, but like kind of like, trying to be like nice. He's like, you're not from here, are you? I go tell you how we eat here. And he changed all of our orders. Okay. So my friends get back and they're like, dude, what happened? And then I started trying to explain it to them. And then all of a sudden the guy pops up out of nowhere. He's like, I the chef, I the cook, I cook the food. I tell you, I know women. And he says that straight to our faces. He's like, I know women, I know what you all got like. I know. And he starts like kind of like clowning us. He's like, he points to my cousin. He's like, you're not gonna eat the chicken. I know you're not gonna eat the chicken. So I know you want the fish. I know. And I know. And then he goes like, he's like clowning us for real in front of everybody. He's like, he's like, I know because you won't eat the chicken. Now you two girls gonna be nervous. You're not gonna want to eat the chicken. But I the chef, I'm still gonna give you the chicken. And he's like, and I know one of you is gonna try it. I don't know which one of you yet, because I just met you girls, but one of you gonna try it. But I the chef. And I know once you try the chicken, you're gonna want to try. I know you're gonna want to try the other fish as well. Cause my cooking is good. It's that good. My cooking is so good. I know that. So I got all three for all three. And he just starts laughing. My ass. Oh my God, my silly goofy ass. I go, can I try the chicken? Oh my God. Because both of my friends look mad as hell. They're like, Like, you don't even know me. Like, da da da. And I'm like, and they both like, we want to fish. We're like, this is a fish place. Why are we eating chicken at a fish place? And then I go like, I'm like, can I get both? I want both. And he's like, see, now I know. Now I know. You the fun one. That's why you come up and ask me, isn't it? And he just starts laughing. And then in my head, but I don't like show this to anybody. In my head, I'm like, actually, it's the opposite. Like, I'm coming here because, like, actually, I'm like, normally it's the opposite, but normally they're the ones who ask the chef questions. Da-da-da. And then he looks at me right as I'm thinking this. Nothing in my demeanor changed. He looks at me right as I'm thinking this. He's like, oh no, but the question you asked wasn't even for yourself, was it? He's like, that's why you want to try both now. Now I understand you more. That's why you want to try the chicken. Because you asked a question that wasn't for yourself. And now he's like speaking like really, he's spewing wisdom. And that's what I look at him a little bit different, because like that's like low key like some good advice. And so yeah. So then he like comes, like, we start eating. He comes back. He's like, I go take care of you girls real good. Don't leave. This is my restaurant. I'm telling you, don't leave. You can't leave. Don't leave. And so we spend like hours there, like chatting with the guy. He's like feeding us drinks, da, 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 da. And he's like, let me walk you girls around the beach. He's like, and he says the same thing as the other guy. He's like, you guys been to the sand. You haven't been to the water. I'm going to show you the water. The real water. The real island water. And by now it's getting late. It's kind of dark. He's like, don't worry. It's safe. ID chef. Everybody knows me. If you don't come back, people gonna get mad. If I don't come back, people gonna get happy. And he starts laughing. And we're like, wait, what? He's like, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's island humor. Calm down. Relax. What do you ladies like? And, he starts taking care of us, gets us like, bottles, drinks, takes us to the beach. We walk along the beach. My friend, he starts talking to my other friend. He looks at me, he's like, I know you so well now, my question asking friend. I know you so well. You don't ask a question for yourself, and I still know you so well. I go talk to your friend now so I can know your friend. And I'm like, okay, all right. And so they're like talking for a little bit. And then so I like start like hanging out with my cousin, because I'm like, oh, like we haven't gotten a chance to really like hang out. Like we've been here like, I think like almost 24 hours now, and we haven't really gotten a chance to talk, or or like 48 hours and we haven't gotten a chance to talk for real. And I'm like, so yeah, I'm like talking to my cousin, and he's like talking to my friend. And like every so often he like turns to look at us two girls. He's like, you girls okay over there? You girls okay? You girls okay? And he keeps like stopping the conversation, and like leaves me wondering what they're talking about. Eventually he like, yes, like, why you girls standing over there? I go talk your friend ear off. You gonna let me talk your friend ear off? You want to pick up her ear when I done? And he starts laughing again. And I'm like, we're like, no. And then so we walk over to them. We start talking. My friend, she's kind of like, that's what I'm saying. She's funny. She's spunky. That's why I really liked her. And she was like, kind of like throwing shade. Cause she was like, dude, she thought dude was so corny. She really did. She thought dude was so corny. I start talking to him, and then he starts like spewing all this wisdom. I don't even know what he kept saying. He was like, oh, actually, I remember this is what happened though. He was like, he points at a rock. He's like, I was telling your friend this rock, this symbolizes love, and the water is passion. Like he's like talking poetry to me in an accent, y'all. And my friend is like, you didn't tell me that. You said the rock was the island treasure. And he was like, yeah, now I'm telling your friend why. And then he gets annoyed. And I'm like, and that's when I look at him and I'm like, oh, like that's beautiful, and then him and I start talking. And then my friend and my cousin start talking. And now it's him and I talking alone. And then y'all guessed it. He yells, stops everything. He yells at my cousin and my friend. He's like, girls, I have something very serious to tell you. Your friend, she not gonna make it back. I'm gonna take her with me. I'm not gonna give her back to you. Is this really your friend? because she's mine now. You're not gonna get your friend back. And then we all get scared for a second. They're like, no, we kind of need her. We kind of want to leave. We kind of want to leave with everything we came with. And he's like, and I want to leave with your friend. What are you gonna do? He's like, okay, so you don't want to leave your friend, so now I don't want to leave without any of you. Come to my place. I have more drinks there because we have rare drinks by then. And we're like, where's your place? He's like, it's just behind the jungle. And then we're like, the jungle? What? And he's like, don't worry. He's like, we can walk. And then he looks at us like real stern. He's like, we can walk upon the road. And then he like pauses. He's like, we can walk upon the road or we can walk to the jungle. And then we're both quiet. He's like, and he like rolls his eyes. He's like, the road is like 5 miles. The jungle is 2 miles. Is 2/10 of a mile. The jungle way is way faster. You want to walk 5 miles to my house, or you want to walk 5 minutes? And he's like, I told you, I'm not gonna leave your friend. And then he like goes, I mean, none of you. I'm not leaving none of you. And then so we all go back to his place, and we all walk the jungle way because none of us were trying to walk 5 miles. Should have walked 5 miles. Come to find out, we start walking through the jungle. Tell me why we walk past the cow. And I'm not exaggerating. We walk past a actual cow, in mood, an actual cow. It was like a herd of cows. Some chick. We walked through a farm. It wasn't the jungle. It was a farm. I think jungle in the island language was the word for farm. So I'm over here like, over here feeling like old McDonald. Like my friends and I are laughing to ourselves. Like da 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 da. Like it was like real trippy. Like really weird. Like halfway because he said the jungle and then we saw cows, but like so many other things. Really trippy. We get to his place. His place is actually pretty nice, pretty decent. We were worried. His place is actually pretty nice. And he starts like serving us food, serving us drinks. And yeah, we all had a good night. Next day, we're like walking around and by now we feel comfortable doing what we need to do, walking around. Because we were there like 5 days. On the 6th day was our flight. So right now it's day 3 already. 3rd day. Mr. Happy Man stumbles upon us in the morning when we're like running our errands. Cause like there was like a little breakfast place, 2 breakfast places right across the way from the gas station. So that's where we would go in the mornings when we would take our like morning walks, and then we would go back and get ready. Or like go back and like get ready again after breakfast. The guy runs into us, he's like, 24 hours. And we're like, what? He's like, 24 hours. My island, and you didn't see the Happy Man. You should be crying by now. And we're like, whoa, what? Like, what happened? And he's like, and he just started like laughing too. He's like, I just joking. Nobody gonna cry. It's my island, not the Happy Man. Nobody gonna cry. And he gets a little bit annoyed. I'm like, and then we look at him. We're like, okay. He's like, all 3 of you guys get in the car. I have to show you something. And we're like, what? He's like, I have to show you. You can't say no. It's my island. And obviously we're not trying to fight with the man on the street. So we all get in his car. And he starts giving us a tour around the island. He's like, now the island has different sides. And then he's like talking to everybody, but then he looks at me a lot of times when he's saying some things. And so like, this is one of the moments where he looks at me. He's like, the island, there's the east side, there's the west side, there's the north, and there's the south. You understand that in America, right? And he looks at me dead in the eye. And then my friends look at me. And then one of them, I think Pearl or my cousin, maybe both of them said, well, actually, in America, she would be from the South. And they start laughing like, ha, 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 ha. And they're like, yeah. And then Pearl's like, yeah, we're both from the South in America. Ha, 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 ha. He's like, yeah, the island, the exact same. They're the North, they're the South, they're the East, and the West. Right now, this is the West Island. I'm driving around the West Island, or it's either the West Island is all water or the East Island is all water. I think probably the West Island is all water. It's like right now we're driving around the East. The North is the countryside. In America, I know. He's like, I know this. Aren't you surprised that I know this? I know this. You guys should be surprised. I know this. On the island, the North is the countryside. In America, the South is the countryside. And he keeps saying it like that as if he's trying to get it straight in his head. He's like, in the island, the North is the country. In America, the South is the country. He's like, you two are from the South. And in America, South is the country. I don't
And then he's like, yes, right now I go drive you on the east side of the island so you can see all the places you can go and like every day. And he's like, then I drive to the west so you can get in the water. And he's like, but the south has the water too, but it's a different water. I want to show you the south. We're like riding around, driving around. Somehow, day 3, he's like, yeah. He's like driving us on tour. He's like, let's take a break. Let's go to my house. Again, we're hesitant because first of all, we had already been at other dude's house. I mean, it was the middle of the night and we went to the jungle, so no one really saw us, but we were still nervous. He's like, let's take a break. I gotta go pick something up from my house. Like, you guys don't have to come in if you don't want to come in. Don't worry. I'm not that kind of guy. He starts laughing again. Tell me why. He's like, my island? He's like, I live in the south here too. I'm from the south here too. And then he looks at me dead in the eye. And then we pull up to his house. Tell me why it's a mansion. Y'all, and I'm not exaggerating. It's actually literally like an island mansion. He's like, this is my house. He's like, this, that. And he looks at us, he's like, you know Rihanna, right? You know Rihanna from Barbados, right? You know Rihanna. And we're like, yeah. He's like, you would think this would be Rihanna's house. This is my house. I told you. I make the people happy and the people make me happy. And they were like, yeah, oh, okay. He's like, do you guys want to come inside? And then we, all 3 of us, because it's a mansion, y'all. And I don't know if y'all have ever seen a mansion in real life, especially on an island. Hell yeah, we all went inside the house. And so we're sitting there talking. He's like, my friend is in the house. You haven't met my friend yet. It's my best friend in the whole world. We've known each other since kids. It's my best in the island. I don't know in America, but in the island, best friends from child don't separate. I know this man from a kid. I can't separate from him, even if I want to. This is my best friend from a kid. On the island, you can't separate. We all know each other. So we walk into the house. Like, don't be surprised. My friend is here. I'm halfway expecting it to be like a woman that he's like pretending is not his girlfriend. We walk in. His man's 500 grand. Watching TV on the couch in a mansion as if it's normal. I mean, I guess it is normal, but like I've never been in a mansion before, so I'm like a little bit taken back. And he's like, sit down. I go serve you food. We go eat. You're in my house now, so now I have to serve you. Oh, he's like, oh, you see, the happy man. It's not easy being the happy man. And so yeah, he's like, and then he tells his friend, he's like, get up. And he's like real strict with his friend. I don't know if I looked at him some type of way. He's like, what? He looks at me. He's like, what, girl? You don't joke with your friend. I just joking with you, man. You don't joke with your friend. You don't joke with them. I just joking with them, man. Come. And he looks. He's looking at me. So he's like, come. Let's go serve the girls food. And then I look at him. Hey, y'all. I'm talking about my spring break. My first spring break out of the country. And then so then they both go in the kitchen and they start like, you know, bringing out like food and drinks for us. My friend Pearl ends up going off into one of the rooms with the happy man. The friend goes back to watching TV. So then my cousin and I are just chilling on the couch in the mansion. Talking, chatting. Again, catching up. Like, yeah. They're like, you know, by then we basically spent the whole day with the guy. He's like, you guys won't sleep here. You can sleep here. You see the house has room for everybody. It has rooms that my friend and I haven't even seen. I don't think we spend the night with him. We all go our separate ways because we're like, yeah, we're trying to go out tonight. He's like, I go give you a ride. Let's go out tonight. I know the bars. Everybody knows me. I'm the happy man. Everybody knows me. I'll go give you a ride. And then he's like, okay. And he's like, no. He's like, I'm not joking. I'm going to drop you off. You're going to get ready. You're going to get back in my car. You're going to get back in my car and we're going to go out together. Get excited. We all do that. So that's what happens. We all go back. It kind of takes us forever to get ready because now we're all nervous because now we have a whole new squad member, y'all. He takes us to a place on, I think it's on the strip. Yeah. And she's like, yeah. And he takes us after we all get ready. My cousin, she leaves us early in the night. She's like, yeah, y'all, I'm not feeling well. I'm going back to the room. I'm going to sleep.
And we're both like, okay. After a fight, we like make sure she gets home. We like text her, call her, FaceTime her, all those things. Like the whole time, the whole way, all those things. So now it's just me and my friend. My friend starts fighting with the happy man. And the happy man's friend is now just sitting with me, and he looks at me. He's like, guess the happy man isn't so happy. And then he looks mad. And I just look at him curiously. And then the happy man looks at me. He's like, my friend, he don't speak English. Me, you hear my accent? I'm speaking English though. You hear my accent? I'm speaking English still. You haven't heard me speak the language. I speak English to you guys because I like you guys. You haven't heard me speak the language. I only speak the language when I'm mad. He's like, my friend doesn't speak English. And he looks at me. And he just keeps looking at me. And I'm like, okay. So now I'm sitting in the car with a friend. They get into a fight. And my friend is like, I don't know what my friend said to the man. Because by now, like, by this whole time, like, it had been mainly me and my cousin hanging out and the friend being quiet because the friend didn't speak English. And it was mainly, like, at this point, we were mainly there watching them two, like, flirt with each other. So then they start fighting. And, like, I'm kind of confused. They start fighting, and I see the girl, like, my friend, Pearl, she's, like, turning around, like, trying to, like, walk away and, like, leave everybody. The happy man grabs her, but he doesn't grab, like, what happened? Like, I see him because he's like a tall dude, like, well over 6 feet. So he, like, reaches out, and he, like, goes to start to pull her, but then he realizes what he's doing, and so he kind of stops. But before he could, like, fully stop, my friend, like, freaks out, like, tears in her eyes. And she's like, so now you're gonna put your hands on me? And she's like, dude, let's go. And the way the guy looks at me, I get so scared, I freeze up. And my friend rolls her eyes. She's like, I said, let's freaking go. And I'm like, whoa. Honestly, the first thing that went through my head back then, I was younger, is like, I was like, hey, yo, I'm not the happy man friend. You can't yell at me like that. That's just not what's gonna happen. And then, yeah, and then so then I'm like, I freeze again because I'm like, whoa, like, why is she screaming at me? I'm not the one who did anything to her. And then she's like, no, like, you've been watching the whole time. And then he pushes me. She's like, you didn't stop it. And she starts, like, trying to blame me. And then so I'm like, yo, she gets so mad out of nowhere. And I'm like, the friend who doesn't speak English knows enough to say, calm down, girl. And then she's like, calm down. And she gets extra mad. She's like, yo, Lola, let's go now. And she starts talking to me crazy. And I know y'all saying it now, it was so wrong of me. But it was the vim with which she was talking to me. I could not follow her instructions. I really couldn't. I was like, no, I'm gonna stay in the car with the friend. And she was like, well, I'm leaving. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay in the car with the friend. Because I'm not trying to get in the car or with her when she seems like so uncontrollably angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only calm person in the situation was the friend. And the friend was like, I'll drive you both home. And she was like, no, I don't trust you. Your friend just put his hands on me. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm like, I trust him. I'm going to stay in the car with him. Feel free. And I'm like super calm now because I'm like super serious. I'm like, you can stay in the car with me and leave him and we can just go back to our place together. And she's like, no. And then she starts saying, like, I'm not done with my night yet anyway. And then so now I'm really confused. And I'm like, okay. So I stay in the car with the friend. For a guy who didn't speak English, him and I start talking for a little bit. Like, the little bit of English that he did speak, we actually had a really deep conversation. So then my friend, she like storms off and she goes to another club and she starts texting me, like sending her pictures and FaceTimes me. She's like, yeah, I'm at the spot. Like, don't follow me. I see you want to abandon me here. Like, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, first of all, you were the one who was trying to abandon me. And she was like, well, yeah, because I felt threatened, like, da-da-da-da, all those things. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't know it was that serious as to where you feel threatened. And I was like, I'm going to go back to the room now and I'll meet you there. And she was like, dude, don't let the guy drive you back to the room. And I was like, they literally picked us up. They already know where we stay. I'm not going to walk back when you're like this out of character. I like, you know? And this is probably partially because I didn't know her. So I started acting like, you know, a little standoffish. And I was just like, no. And she's like, well, I'm not going back. I'm not going to let any of you guys ruin my night. She's like, we're on freaking spring break. So I'm like in the car with the guy. And like he drives me back to the hotel and I'm like back with my cousin. And my cousin gets back. My cousin sees that I'm back. And then she gets real pissed. She's like, where the hell is Pearl? How did you come back without her? And I was like, I couldn't convince her to get in the car. Like, she doesn't want to get in the car. She wants to stay out and party. I couldn't convince her to get in the car. Yeah, and she was like, go find her. So then I go back out looking for her by myself, all lost. And then, yeah, I never find her. I like sort of like wander around, stumble into some little like techie situations. I'm by myself now, no longer with my friends. Get back to the island and I start crying because I was so scared. She comes back and she starts crying. And then she like looks at me. She's like, dude, why are you crying? You saw the guy put his hands on me. And I was like, I know. That's why I told you to get in the car so we could go home. And she was like, dude, I just didn't feel comfortable getting in the car. And I was like, yeah, it was an uncomfortable situation. Of course you're going to feel uncomfortable. And then she looks at me like I just said the wildest thing. She was like, no, there's no reason for me to feel uncomfortable on spring break. And I'm like, dude, like, okay, we can end the trip right now. Like, do you want us to reschedule our flights? And she was like, no, I'm just upset. Like, I'll get over it by tomorrow. Don't worry. And then I just get quiet. And I'm like, okay, I'll be here for you if you want to talk, if you want to chat. And then she just starts crying. And then so now my cousin's looking at both of us annoyed. And she's like, I had a good day. And then she starts showing us the bracelets and stuff that she got. Day 4 rolls around. The morning is kind of awkward, kind of weird. And then we're all like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I forgot, like, day 4, I think we were all like, it was all 3 of us together by ourselves. And the only restaurant that we felt like comfortable eating at was the restaurant where we met the chef. That day, the chef wasn't there. So then we're all by ourselves. So this is like a pretty dry day, pretty relaxed day. You know, we do some shopping, do some souvenirs. It's awkward. It's kind of quiet. Day 5. I think somehow or another, I run into the guy again. And I think my friend, she was like, I need a break. I'm going to go like to the spa or something. And she goes and she's like, I don't want any of you to come with me. I need some time to myself. And we're like, okay, stay safe, stay in contact, obviously. And then she just rolls her eyes. And then, you know, so she's off by herself. My cousin stays in the room. I think I walked outside to the convenience store to get some food or something because I was hungry. Like, they was mad and I was hungry. That's when I run into the friend. No, that's when I run into the happy man. And he's like, girl, let's talk. Seriously. And he's like, mad serious, mad stern. So I feel like I couldn't say no. So then I get in the car. I start hanging out with him. This is the first time I see him speak like the island language. And like, I don't understand a word he's saying. But the one thing I do understand is that he is pissed. And I'm like, dude, like, I'm sorry. Like, you hurt my friend. First of all, that's not okay. That's not cool. But, you know, I'm still sorry that we had to, like, what was of our friendship? I said kind of like slick. Like, what was there if our friendship had to end this way? Like, you know, like, we're leaving tomorrow. Like, da-da-da-da. He's like, tomorrow? You leaving tomorrow and you leaving on this bad note. Eddie, happy man. You can't leave upset. And then so I kind of spend the day with him and his friend. And he's like, look, as a truce, and tell your friend I did this as a truce. I go drive you around the north, and I go show you around the countryside to show you I'm not that kind of man. I'm the happy man. I'm a good man. You understand that? I'm a good man. He looks me like so deep in my eyes as he says that. He goes, I'm a good man. And he says my name. But I think we lied to him. I think I told him my name was Martika or something. I lied. He's like, Martika, I'm a good man. I'm a good man. I can't let you leave thinking I'm not a good man. And so he drives me around the north side. And then we get so close. And then we go back to his mansion. Because he's still talking. Like, he's pouring his heart out to me right now. And we get back to the mansion. And he's like, your name is not Martika, is it? And then I admit to him, I'm like, no, that's not my name. And then he gets real mad. He's like, so your girl's gonna lie to me. He's like, now I see why we fight. Now I see why we fight. That's not your name. If I knew your real names, this never would have happened. I'd be a happy man. And then his friend comes out. He's like, look, when this guy gets upset, you can't talk to him. Stay with me. So now I stay with the friend. And he's like, when's your flight? Tomorrow morning. We got to get you back to your hotel by the morning. And he's like, but the north side. He was like, but now it's past public transportation, so you have to sleep here. I have to take you in the morning. So the next morning we wake up. It's a whole kerfuffle trying to get me back to the room, to the point where my friends actually made it to the airport before me. I had to find my way back to the hotel, pack up my stuff by myself, check out by myself, meet them at the airport, almost miss my flight back to America. Mind you, this whole time, I'm low-key still texting. I've been texting the chef the whole time. So, like, my mind was, like, only, like, halfway in the situation. But, yeah. That was my trip to Barbados. And they were eating at the same restaurant as Mr. Chef. The Mr. Chef no longer works there. So, yeah. Y'all. Tell me, was I wrong for leaving my friend for her? Like, she literally was talking, like, she literally was trying to order me around like I was like a puppy. Not even a dog. She was trying to order me around like I was a pup. Like, the hell?
The arms and chest. Hey. You ready? You ready, Freddie?
Bitch, I'm a boss ass bitch. Bitch, I'm a boss ass. Yo, I employ these niggas. They employ these niggas. What the cookies so I got
Number one in Africa, back girl, and the